Yoga Prabhupada ki Vivek Prabhuji, please come. That should be on 4G. Possible?
No, let's see. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Hare Krishna Krishna.
Hare
Welcome at this connection and thank you for coming today. Our lecture of today will be given by Her Grace Gita Guita Mataji. Haribol. Haribol is a well-respected senior devotee of our community. It's a pujari over here in Bangladesh and in other places. So we are really eager to hear from her. Have a big Haribol!
Haribol! Glory to all the Vaishnava Bhajans here. Thank you for passing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you. Nice you're here. Maina, Haribol, Radha Krishna. All of you, all the blessings. Nice to come and listen to Krishna Katha. So, today is a very auspicious day. We have a lot of look at calendar. But today happened to be the appearance day of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. He's an author of Vaishnava, great Vaishnava songs. He as well as Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And knows who Bhaktivinoda Thakur is. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is one in the line of Guru Parampara. You see him over there, sitting. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is, let's see, from my side on to the second. That's Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He's the father of Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, who happened to be the father of Srila Prabhupada. Okay? So, very auspicious. Elevated soul. And Narottam Das Thakur is just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of the great authors of amazing Vaishnava songs. And I will speak about these topics today. Maushnudaya Krishna. Srimati Shashti Gaurvani Pajarini. Kartal. You can make kartal? Okay. Okay. Before we do lectures, Srila Prabhupada recommended us to start always with Jai Madhava. This song I'm going to sing together with you. The song Jai Madhava, do you have it on the board? When Srila Prabhupada, for the first time, this song was, so I don't know who the author is, I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur did. He fainted. He was standing in front of the altar and he fainted. And then he was quiet for a while. And the disciples asked him why, what happened? He didn't say anything. Later, he said, I want this song to be sung before all the classes. Why? Because in this song, whole Vrindavan, everything which remember us of Vrindavan, the Gopis, Yamuna River, everything is in there. Yes, so we start with it. Jaya Radha Madhava. Wait, firstly, not because I'm so important. Let's just follow it, okay? Jaya, thank you for your enthusiasm. Oh, amazing. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. vrienden ki jai. So, and I forgot one. It's not also an auspicious day because of the other reason which I forgot to mention, and that's very important. Today is the Sri Krishna Madhava Utsava. And the nice thing about today is we are going to have a class which takes place in 2 yugas. So we are going to start in Vrindavan to tell you something about Krishna Madhura Utsava. And from Vrindavan we go to Maya, and that is the Krishna Leela, Krishna Balaram. Then we go to Mayapur, West Bengal, Navadip, to go to the place where Narottama Das song. The songs are concerning the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah? That's why, because I have to talk about 2 topics. One is the Krishna Leela, the other one is the Gaura Leela. We still continue with singing. And now it goes like Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Thank you. So today's verse, I choose a verse which is not so difficult. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, Canto 3, Canto is Chapter 3, verse 20. Apani karomi bhakta bhava angikare. Apani karomi bhakta bhava angikare. Apani karuna bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani achira bhakti sikhamu sabhare.
Apani achari bhakti shikayu sabhare.
Apani achari bhakta sikhamu sabhare.
Apani achari bhakti shikayu sabhare.
Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani achari bhakti sikhamu sabhare.
Apani achari bhakti shikayu sabhare. Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani achari bhakti shikayu sabhare.
Apani achari bhakti sikhamu sabhare. No one more, Prabhu? Yeah, one more.
Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare.
Apani achari bhakti shikayu sabhare.
Apani achari bhakti shikayu sabhare.
Okay, we're reading word for word, so I have to turn, so forgive me. Apani,
Apani
personally, Karimu, I shall make Bhakta Bhava, the position of a devotee,
the position of a devotee,
Angikare,
Angikare,
acceptance.
acceptance.
Apani,
Apani,
personally, Achari,
Achari,
practicing
practicing
bhakti,
bhakti,
devotional service.
devotional service.
Sikhaimu,
Shikhaimu,
I shall teach.
I shall teach.
Sabare,
Sabare,
to all.
to all.
Translation, I shall accept the role of a devotee. I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. Who speaks here? Who speaks here? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I shall accept the role of a devotee. The Lord came back here on the planet Earth 500 years ago, approximately, as a devotee. Why? I came here because I shall teach you, all of you, devotional service by practicing it myself. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Myself. Purpose by His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When one associates with a pure devotee, he becomes so elevated that he does not aspire even for Sarsti, Swarupya, Sampya, or Solokya. These are forms of liberation. I will tell you what liberation is later. There are 5 forms. One is 4 or 5. Because the devotee feels that such liberation is a kind of sense gratification. Pure devotees do not ask anything from the Lord for their personal benefit. Even if offered personal benefits, pure devotees do not accept it, because their only desire is to satisfy the Supreme Personality Godhead by transcendental loving service. No one but the Lord Himself can teach this highest form of devotional service. Therefore, when the Lord took the place of the incarnation of Kali Yuga, to spread the glories of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The system of worship He commended in this age, He also distributed the process of devotional service performed on the platform of transcendental, spontaneous love. To teach the highest principles of spiritual life, the Lord Himself appeared as a devotee in the form of Lord Chaitanya. Jai. So, Omakyanatimirandasya Jananina Salakaya Chakshuramitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha Panchakalpatarupisya Kripasindu Devacha Pachitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pavanitananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasudari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so as I said, today's class is very, very interesting because it covers 2 yugas. Who doesn't know what yuga is? Yuga. We have 4 yugas. To make it short, we have 4. They're shaped in a circle, and so they come back every time. 4 yugas. The first one is Satya Yuga. Then people lived 100,000 years. Can you imagine? The memory was 100%. They could remember what they did 10 years ago. Memory was sharp, yes? Pure devotees, Satya Yuga, 100,000 years. And the way of coming close to God in that Yuga was, in the Satya Yuga, it was meditation. Meditating the whole day on the lotus feet of the Lord. Then after Satya Yuga, we have Treta Yuga. Then Lord Ram appeared. People live not 100,000 years anymore, but 10,000 years. And the memory started to degrade a little bit. Yeah? The way of worship in that yuga was yajna, horse sacrifices, fire sacrifices. Yes? Then we come to Dwapara Yuga, Krishna Lila, and that was 1,000 years. The people lived 1,000 years, and the way of coming closer to Krishna was deity worship. Yeah, the memory becomes more and more degraded. Now we are in the 4th yuga, which is called Kali Yuga. People live 100 years if they can make it even, and the memory is 0. If I ask you what you did do 1 month ago on this time, do you remember? Don't think so. So that's our situation, okay? Now, and the way of coming closer to Krishna in this yuga, Hare Krishna, the way of coming closer in this yuga is no meditation, no horse sacrifice, no yagyas, no deity worship we have. But Prabhupada said that deity worship we have now is one of the lowest standards. Otherwise, we can't make it. So this is the minimum standard we have all over the world, because the way of worship in the other yoga that was that was 100%. So in this age of Kali, the way to come closer to Krishna is the yajna, but it is not a fire yajna, it is the Sankirtan yajna. Yes? And today I'm going to speak about two yugas, because there are two events, both in the different. The first one is in Dwapara Yuga. Today, in some countries, not in all the countries, but in India for sure, they celebrate Sri Krishna's Madhura Utsava. Madhurya is Madhurya Ras, Madhurya, sweet, Madhurya, sweet. This Ras, this festival, Krishna Madhura Utsava, is a festival about the Ras dance of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. You know, when Krishna descended on planet Earth in Dwapara Yuga, he was displaying this Ras Lila dance with the gopis and the gopas in the forest in the midst of the night. And it is so nice to know that Krishna in the Krishna Lila in Vrindavan is a very joyful boy. He is a coward boy. Can you imagine? He's not a prince, he's not a king. He is humility himself. Innocent, coward boy. Very busy, constantly busy. What was the daily things in his life? Joking, playing, joyful, just chastising the gopis, stealing the clothes, stealing butter. You know, he was he was not nice to the inhabitants. He was disturbing them constantly by killing demons. Is that Krishna? Yes, he is sweetness himself, because all these things he did was not to chastise him, or that stealing is not the stealing we know in the material world. It was all for the pleasure of the gopas and the gopis. Because all this anxiety of stealing butter, disturbing gopis, they acted like they were angry, but actually it was amazing. It was the talk of the day. They were singing about it, the glories of Krishna. So this is Krishna as he is, because Krishna later comes back in incarnations as Vasudeva. But the real Krishna is a coward boy who is doing all these things to please the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Killing demons, was that a bad thing? Some people argue, how can he kill? Putana, Agasura, he's killing something nice. The killing he did was also to please the boys, the coward boys. Every day before lunch, one demon had been killed. Every day. And then they went to lunch. And this killing is purification, because what happened to the demons is they got liberated. And what is liberated? They got a stage above material nature. So they surpassed ignorance, passion, and even goodness. So they were not bound anymore by the material modes. That is liberation, moksha. But we devotees, we don't want moksha. We don't want liberation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining in the Siksastakam, I don't want wealth, I don't want women, I don't want followers. I want devotional service, birth after birth. That means that even if I'm in heaven or in hell, I don't care, Krishna, but please let me serve the Vaishnavas. That's our prayer, not liberation, okay? So Krishna came on planet Earth in Dwapara Yuga for several reasons: to protect the devotees, to annihilate all the miscreants that will That means to kill the demons and to re-establish religion, because at that time nobody was believing in God anymore. The population was so degraded, so Krishna came on planet Earth as Krishna Balaram. But the most important reason why Krishna appeared as Krishna as Balaram is Krishna's pastimes. He came here to display his pastimes. This joking, coward boy, stealing, playing, naughty pastimes of Krishna. Why? To attract us. So that we could not only hear, but also experience this sweet, loving, joking boy. Spontaneous love with the gopis and gopas. In a world, a spiritual world, Vrindavan on earth, where there are no rules, there are no regulations. They consider Krishna equal. Hey boy, what are you doing? Huh? They were climbing on his back. Equal friends. It's a world of spontaneous love. And that's the spiritual world. And so Krishna gives us an insight in that spiritual world through his pastimes. That's the most important reasons why he came here. So that we could say, oh, what an amazing world. Nobody is angry. Nobody is envious. There's no jealousy over there. Everybody's so joyful. And the only focus they had is, how can I please Krishna? That was all. And that was giving them joy. The other thing we can see in the pastimes of Krishna is he shows us one thing, so the spontaneous spiritual world with only loving exchanges. That's what he shows us. But he also shows us that if you really want to know Krishna better, then understand that Krishna is not a statue. He's a person, just like we. He loves, he cares, he steals, he plays. He's our father. If we are doing that, then he has the same qualities, the same senses. So Krishna shows us, please, if you really want to get close to me, enter into a rasa with me. A rasa is a relationship. There are 5 rasas. You can see Krishna as neutral, like a tree. A tree is standing all the day there, moving a little bit, just standing and adoring Krishna. That is Santarasa. You can see Krishna as your servant, as a servant. You can see Krishna as Dasya. You are serving him. Then you have a servitor relationship, and that is Sakhya, Dasya. You can see Krishna as your friend. My dear Arjuna, said Krishna, you are my friend. They had a friend, a relationship built on friendship. That is Sakhya Rasa. Mother Yashoda had a relationship of a parent and Nanda Maharaj. So you can also say, I see my Gopal as I am Gopal's mother. When I come home, I'm angry. If he looks angry, then say, what did they do? You got your fruit this morning. So that is the parental relationship, yeah? Vatsalya love. And the most highest relationship you can have with Krishna is that of Radharani, conjugal love. But that is very, very far, and that is called the Madhurya Ras. And now today we celebrate the Ras dance. So this Ras dance represents the spontaneous conjugal love, the highest stage of relationship Krishna had with the gopis, and moreover with the topmost gopi, Radharani, Srimati Radharani, who has all the godly qualities. And Krishna is so much, attracted by the love of the gopis that he says, I can't repay you. This is amazing. I can't repay you. And he is, and Radharani is the topmost one because she has all the godly qualities, as you can read about in chapter 16 of the Bhagavad Gita. Her compassion is the compassion we have to learn from. Yeah. that is the part of the Ras Leela. And one thing more, the rasa dance with the gopis is not flirting, and that is not something like we have here in the material world, that we are flirting and we're having sex and all these things. Sometimes it's said that how come that Krishna could dance with 108 gopis and could flirt with all of them and accepted them as in a powerful relationship. What kind of God is that? What kind of example is he giving us? But no, the gopis and the gopas, that's a world far beyond us. That's the spiritual world where they don't have a body anymore. They are spirit soul. That's what we actually also are. They don't have a material body like we. We have the burden of a material body. Because of the burden of the material body, we die, get diseases, got old, birth, death. It's all this body. But they don't have the burden of that body. Spirit, souls. What is called love there is called lust here. Because everything in this world is based on bodily, on sex. So the love there is pure love, imbued with so much intimacy, spontaneous, with no motives. It's not like what Prabhupada said, Krishna is not business. Krishna, I do this for you, then you do that for me. No business. That's not Krishna. And that's the spiritual world. Yeah, so and that's what we see today. And what happened then, if you can develop this pure, spontaneous love without motives, uninterrupted, unallied, then you will see that it's the other way around, that Krishna will be conquered by your love. He becomes your servant. That's so nice about the rasas. Arjuna became the master of Krishna. Krishna became his servant. Okay, Arjuna, I will serve you. Look here, he became the Hare Krishna, the chariot driver. So he was serving. Krishna serves Arjuna. Yashoda Maharani, another example. Lord Damodar, Yashoda is tied by Mother Damodar. And Krishna is God. Why does he allow her to bind him? He's God. He can say, no, he can do this, and Yashoda is gone. No. He gave her the chance to serve her because, my mother loves me so much. I'm really conquered by her love. Let she do. He's serving his mother. So in that way, this is the way how spontaneous love works. And this rasa is explaining to us that we have to consider Krishna as a person we have to undergo a relationship with. And one day will come that Krishna will be conquered also by your love. Okay, let's stop with this rasa. We may not say very much, it's forbidden by Prabhupada. We cannot talk, if we speak about the conjugal love of Krishna, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are not allowed to speak very deeply about the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna because we are not qualified to do that. Even Prabhupada was not paying a lot of attention to it. It's for the very elevated souls. So the only thing I could mention is, so those things which look like lusty, like Krishna marrying 16,000 princesses and became husband and wife, it's not based on this dirty material concept of love, which is called lust. It's pure love, yes? And I leave it by this. So, Sri Krishna Madhura Utsava Ki Jai. Let's go to the other. So from Vrindavan now, we go to Mayapur, to Navadvip and Bengali, and we go from the Krishna Lila to the Gaura Lila. Yeah? And what we see there is the appearance of the verse here. I will appear. But now Krishna says, I will appear now, 500 years ago. Again, I will appear, but now in the form as a devotee. And why? To teach them how to come closer to me. Why? Wasn't it explained by Krishna? Yes, it was. But in Dwapara Yuga, in the Bhagavad Gita, it was explained. Surrender unto me. Surrender unto me. Become my devotee. Pay obeisances to me. So Krishna gives some hints. But it was not clear to people what this surrender means, how to apply this principle of surrender in your daily life. And that's why Advaita Acharya called the Lord again. He said, look, the whole world, you said surrender in the Bhagavad Gita, but nobody is doing something, they don't know what to do. And the world is degrading, and I'm an Acharya, but they don't listen to me anymore even. So I want you here, you have to come here, and you yourself have to show them by your example, what do you mean? And that's why, Hare Krishna, and that's why Lord Chaitanya, Krishna himself, appeared in the form as us, as a devotee, to, by his example, show us what the process is of coming closer to Krishna in the age of Kali. Sankirtan Yakya, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the essence is that we can come to Krishna in this age of Kali, not by all the difficult things we can't do anymore, like meditation and fire yajnas and horse yajnas and whatever. No, an easy process. Prabhupada said, the only thing we have to do, it's a wonderful movement, it's so easy, eh? Chant, dance, and eat Krishna Prasada. That's all, and your life will be successful spiritually. That's what Prabhupada said. So, the 9 processes of devotional service. So we have to serve Krishna. In this age, the essence is service. Serve him through the Vaishnavas. What do you think if you hear service? There's so many forms. You can clean the temple, you can wash the dishes, you can cook. So, but there are 9, of which hearing, svaranam, is the most important one. Hearing goes through the ears. So what you're doing right now, listening to Krishna Katha, is the most important one, the sravanam. Because it goes through the ears. And what does it do? Then it goes to the heart. And what happens in the heart? The cleansing process. So these 9 processes of devotional service are a purification process. If people ask me, tell me in one sentence, Mataji, what is it about this movement? I said, my dear, it's about how to transform your material consciousness or demonic consciousness, We're envy, we're jealous, we're greedy, we're this and that. How to transform this material consciousness again into pure consciousness. That's what we're doing. A consciousness which is imbued with godly qualities we have by nature. By nature. Jai Jai Shri Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. By nature we are friendly, we are humble, we are nice, we're children of Krishna. By nature we are such wonderful souls, But because coming in touch with the material nature, this whole pure consciousness has been, polluted. So in the process of devotional service, the aim is to transform again the consciousness from material to pure consciousness. There are 9 processes. I'm not going into the details, but you have hearing, sravanam. And if you hear about God, what happens? If you hear about him all the time, then you start to glorify him. That's the second one, smaranam. The second one. Then you start to glorify him. Glorify is kirtanam. Kirtanam, you start to sing about him. You start to read about him. You start to chant. Chanting, that's all kirtan. Chanting is which you do alone. It's your relationship with the Lord, your time with Krishna. And kirtan is when you do it in a congregation. Yes? And when you do that, then the third one is, then you start to remember Krishna all the time. That is smaranam. And then you have more deity worship. You have just massaging what Lakshmi was doing. The lotus feet of the Lord. So there are 9 of the processes. So you can read about it, but I'm not going deeper in it because the essence of my story is that the message of Lord Chaitanya is if you want to come closer to Krishna, then just engage in the service. No rules required. I want to say something about the chanting, because I got so many questions from people who said we're chanting but nothing is happening. We don't feel any progress. We are serving a lot, but still we don't feel anything. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told us to chant, and you can read it in the Sixastikam, very nice. He didn't give us rules. There are no hard and fast rule for chantings. It's not written, you have to do this and that and that. There are rules in terms of the 10 offenses. Don't make offenses, okay? But you can time every second. You can chant loud or loud or quiet. Loud is more potent, because then also the animals and everybody in the trees and everybody around is getting purified as well. But there's one important thing, and that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not giving you rules, but he is giving you hints about the mood of chanting. That's so important, the mood. Trina tapi sunisina, tarora pisuhisna, amanina manadena, kirtanya sadahari. If you chant, my dear, chant in a humble state of mind. Chant with deep respect for others. He doesn't say only for devotees, for others. Don't have false prestige. Come on, don't think you're a big man. That's the mood. That's the mood. So we have to chant in a certain mood. And the mood is the right mood. A mood of humility, of respect, of tolerance. Let's do it one time together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. It sounds different than what we're doing, huh? Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram. It goes like that. Oh, still 6 rounds. Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram. You better do one round, one qualitative good round. Means the benefit is much, much more than 5 broken rounds. And even if they're broken, you always will get the benefit. But in this short life, why don't you go for the maximum? You know, that's the idea. Prabhupada said we have to go back in this lifetime. So the mood is, when you chant, you beg Krishna. You're begging Krishna for something. And what is that thing? That is what is the Gaura Leela. If you talk about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you beg for mercy. This is the age of mercy. Yeah, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes here, he's the most merciful incarnation of Krishna. He came and he brought unlimited mercy with him. A bunch of mercy. My guru said it's everywhere, every corner. You just have to see it and grab it. Mataji comes there, if there's no seat, you're around and you give her a cushion to sit. So, mercy. So, we beg Krishna when we chant for mercy. And we beg Krishna, another prayer is, please Krishna, please help me. Let me always remain a devotee. Let me always serve the Vaishnavas. Let me always remain in their association. Lord Brahma, such an elevated soul, great personality. I mean, he is the Vedic authority, Brahma. And he was praying, my dear Lord, please let me always remain in association of the devotees. And if Brahma is praying that, who are we? So consider this, yes? And always, And then the acharyas, we have to pray to acharyas, we have to pray to the 6 Goswamis, and we have to pray to all these great Vaishnavas for their mercy. That's very important in this Gaura Leela. And then I come to the other topic of today, Narottama Das Thakur. Narottama Das Thakur, this is appearance day today. Shila Narottama Das Thakur ki Jai. Let's glorify Narottama Das Thakur. He's one of these great souls who, despite being such an elevated soul, like Narottama Das. Narottama Das Thakur, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Narottama Das Thakur was taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who discovered all the holy places in Mayapur, who predicted that Prabhupada will come, who is the father, who is the grandfather of Prabhupada. Yeah, yes, because Prabhupada's father is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and his father is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Such elevated souls, their songs are imbued with humility, begging for mercy constantly. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to glorify Narottama Das on his appearance day by singing this song of glorification of the Vaishnavas. We have a Vaishnava Thakur, and this song was written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You have to say it?
It's coming.
Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Doya Rasagara, Irasi Koruna Kori. Louder, please. The pronunciation is not important. The pronunciation is not important. It is Sanskrit language. It's the language spoken in the spiritual platform. So Prabhupada and Krishna will give you the mercy if you try. You know, in Krishna consciousness, it's not the result. That's Krishna. It's your good intention. So with good intention, let's try all together. Yes? Oh, Vaishnava Thakura. Haribo, Haribo. Diya Padachaya, Sodeheya Maya, Tomara Charana Thori. Diya Padachaya, Sodeheya Maya, Tomara Charana Thori. Jaya Begadomi, Jaya Dosa Sodi, Jaya Guna Deho Dase. Jaya Begadomi, Jaya Dosa Sodi, Jaya Guna Deho Dase. Jaya Satsanga, Deho Heya Mare, Você Sangara Ase. Ekaki Amara, Nahi Paya Bala, Harinam Sankirtana. Tumi Kripa Kori, Radha Bindu Diya, Deho Krishna Namadhame. Krishna se tomhara, Krishna ji te paro, तुम्हारा sakati aje. Krishna se tomhara, Krishna ji te paro, तुम्हारा sakati aje. Amita Angala, Krishna Krishna bole, Bhaitava pache pache. So here you have the translation, and this is the mood. This is the mood we have to try to cultivate. Look here, this is a great soul, a Mahatma. His name is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He sing this song, he wrote this song, and this is the mood we have really to cultivate, and that will make the chanting easier, and that will make us feel the Lord so close in our hearts. Okay, here it goes. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is speaking here, is singing here. Oh, Venerable Vaishnava, he's singing. He is singing. He is asking the Vaishnavas for the following now. Oh, Venerable Vaishnava, oh, ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Teach me to control my 6 passions. Rectify my 6 faults. Bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy association. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the sankirtan of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just 1 drop of faith, which will obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. Oh, Vaishnava, Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I'm simply running behind you shouting, Krishna, Krishna. So this is our mood. This mood means look at your friend next to you and tell your friend next to you, oh my dear Vaishnava, you know, you're better than me. I can learn from you. Yeah, do that now.
Oh, my dear Vaishnava.
Yes. 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 And it's not a joking school here. It has to come from the heart. All the people here around are Vaishnavas. We don't see juniors and seniors and old people. They came to the temple. We don't know who they were in previous lives. Everybody's a Vaishnava. And even Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, conquered the whole world. Not by money, not by fame, not by wealth, not by followers. There was no followers and all this social media thing. No. He conquered the whole world by his pure love. And that's what this movement is about. Pure love, loving relationships, and compassion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here in the mood of Radharani. So he came here. Let's do that one. Yes. I spoke about the mood, but now I will. Time is running. Now I will tell you something about the importance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wait. Yes. What's so unique about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Krishna himself, in the form of a devotee, now in this age of Kali, 500 years ago, appearing in Mayapur. There's no difference between Vrindavan, where Krishna and Balaram reside, and Mayapur, where the Gaura Lila take place, and where Gaunitai reside. There's no difference. They're totally the same. There's a difference in the personalities. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this age, it is recommended to us to worship Gaunitai. It doesn't mean that Krishna is nothing. Gaunitai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. But we worship Gaunitai in Kali Yuga. Why? Why? Because we are such contaminated souls. We are so unqualified. The standard of Radha Krishna is too high for us. You know, even Uddhava, Krishna's best friend, when he had to bring the message, and he saw the gopas and gopis and the intimate love of Krishna with the gopis, he was like, whoa, I can't believe it. Wow, this spontaneous love, this joking, climbing on his back. He's holding rice. Krishna is holding rice in his left hand. They don't offer it. Krishna doesn't look opulent, but simple. What is this? It's far beyond our conception. So we worship Gaunitai because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared here in his most merciful incarnation. Mercy. He didn't appear with a Sudarshan Chakra. Demons, come on, let's kill them. His weapon. What is his weapon? Love. Radharani's mood. He's not Radharani. He has her mood. Radharani's mood of compassion. Compassion, love. In this Kali Yuga, if you can read the story about Jagai and Madai, who were the worst murderers. They were rapers. They killed everybody. Jagai, Madai, demons. But in previous life they were brahmanas. One of them even wounded Nitai with a stone, with a clay stone. Blood came, but still Nityananda said, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he said, Sudarshan, Chakra! And the chakra was there. And then Nityananda said, hey, what are you doing? Listen, we are not in Dwarpa Yuga. We are killing demons. We are now here in Kali Yuga. We came here with compassion, That's the message. We came here to deliver the most fallen souls. That is the aim. And that's why he's so important. His aim of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, I came to you, most fallen souls. If I have to take my Sudarshan Chakra, I have to kill everybody because everybody's a demon. No, compassion. I want, and how am I doing that? I bring unlimited mercy with me, and I came here to bestow my mercy upon you. That is the message. And I need servants. I have so much mercy, it is unlimited. I can't distribute it alone. So you have to help me in this process, like a gardener, And that is what this movement is about. It's our task to take the mercy and to give it to others, to distribute this Krishna prema, and that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is far most important for us in this age, because by his mercy, by the mercy of the acharyas, by the mercy of Prabhupada, and by the mercy of all the acharyas and parampara, the whole mercy succession, that will change us, that will bring us to Krishna. We will never make it alone on our own because we're too contaminated, and that's why the Lord appeared with a bunch of mercy. It is your efforts plus the mercy, and that's why this whole Gaura Lila is very important to us. I see time is running. One more thing I want to say is about Prabhupada. If we think about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we think about 6 Goswamis who brought the teachings about Lord Chaitanya to us. They made a study and they brought it to us. We think about Prabhupada. Prabhupada, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, was sent by Krishna. Quote, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he predicted, and I'm reading, soon there will appear a personality who will preach the holy name of Hari all over the world. And Achyutananda Swami, a disciple of Prabhupada, wrote, it's clearly understood that His Divine Grace Desi Bhaktivinoda Swami, Srila Prabhupada, is that personality. So Prabhupada brought this mood of compassion which the Lord has, the mood of compassion of the 6 Goswamis, the mood of compassion of all the great elevated souls, so humble as they lowered themselves as grass. If you saw them, you would think these people are mad. Cannot they speak? They're so humble. The greatest elevator. You recognize a pure devotee by his humility. Prabhupada had the same. When he arrived at Boston Pier with ship to Jaladuta, coming from his comfortable place in Vrindavan, in the Damodar temple where he was translating book, he went by ship to America, and the first stop was Boston Pier. And he was standing there, and he was looking at everybody, and tears came in his eyes. He was so compassionate. Oh Krishna, all these ignorant people, they don't know what they are doing. Haridas Thakur, when he was just, they grabbed him through the marketplaces to kill him. What did he say? Oh, my dear Krishna, please forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. And that's the good. I'm now going to end the class. And as I said, Prabhupada said this movement is very easy, chant, dance, and eat Krishna prasada. So for a purification, it's important to do the processes of devotional service, of which chanting is very important. Chanting. Some people say, I don't have time for chanting. But why not make time for chanting? Chanting is the only time you have for Krishna personally, in your personal relation, is chanting. It's chanting. You have time for your boss and your girlfriend, and the tea time and coffee time, and so much time. Your whole agenda is filled from 9 till that. But where is Krishna on the agenda? It's really terrible, The one who provides you everything for free. Yeah, okay, for free, I have to pay rent, yeah, of course. But what about air and water and the sun shining? Otherwise, we don't have vegetables and all the things. And what about you can't breathe without air and earth? All these things he's providing us for nothing, and we don't have even 5 minutes to beg him. Dear Father, I'm sorry I forgot you, but please accept me again. Only that, 5 minutes. I start my agenda with Krishna. First my chanting, and then the rest. And that's what you have to do. Now, the last thing is chanting, dancing, and eating Krishna prasadam. And now I will tell you a very nice story, and I end with this, but you have to hear this story. Chanting is purifying, but also eating Krishna prasadam. They are both processes of purification. By offering food and drink to Krishna, it is purified. And now this story is from a disciple of Prabhupada, Srutakirti, and it's about a stewardess. And I'm going to read it for you. What Krishna prasadam is doing with you. It's short.
Yes.
Ja, ik moet eindigen, hè? It's short. Where is she? Okay. Oh. I met Srila Srutakirti is a very dear disciple of Prabhupada. Moreover, he has been Prabhupada's personal servant for years. Srutakirti, I met Prabhupada on an airplane. Okay, he is writing a story about a stewardess. And she writes, I met Prabhupada on an airplane. I was a stewardess. So Srutakirti said, he's telling in a class, we are on an airplane from Mexico City to Caracas, and Prabhupada started taking his puffed rice and peanuts. He ate for about 10 minutes or so, and then he just looked and said, okay. So Srutakirti, I moved the puffed rice over, and I gave half to Paramahamsa. The other half I had in front of me. After a few minutes, there was this stewardess. She was walking down the aisle, and she stops right in front of us, and she reached over, put her hand in my plate, and grabbed a handful of puffed rice and threw it in her mouth. She says, oh, this is wonderful. What is it? I said, puffed rice. She said, why are you eating this? I said, we have our own diet and we are vegetarian. She said, oh, is there anything else I can get for you? I looked at Prabhupada and he looked at me. He said, hot milk. She said, fine. One day, I was giving class and I told this story. Should I kid you again, eh? And after class, a devotee boy came up to me and he said, that's an amazing story. Can I tell you a Sankirtan story? I said, yes. He said, we would go out to the villages, far from all the cities, in Brazil, in different places. You have to go by 4-wheel drive. One day we were in the rainforest, really far away from everywhere. And we found this village and we did our Harinam. Then we began going door to door to distribute books. Then I went to this house and I knocked on the door and a woman answered and tried to distribute books. As soon as she saw me, I was in Dhoti and Kurta and she invited me in. I went in and I started seeing that there were pictures of Krishna on the wall and she had an altar, she had deities, and he was so surprised. Then he said, "You are a devotee?" And she said, "Yes, yes. It's so wonderful to see a devotee here." And he said, "But how did you become a devotee?" She said, "Well, the first time I met devotees was I met Prabhupada on an airplane. I was a stewardess." So this was the woman. It was 10 years later from that time, after she took the Mahaprasadam. Then she met devotees again and got a book. And that was it. That was the beginning of her spiritual life. Just seeing what Prabhupada has done, it's mind-boggling to understand how Prabhupada has made devotees, and it's just going on and on. So, she's not finished yet, and that's true. That's why I glorify Prabhupada, because I was not very much favored to become a Krishna devotee. You know, I like my fish and a glass of wine every day, but my daughters were by birth, and my grandfather, my good luck was when he was 5 years, I was 5 years old, he was chanting the whole day with me, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. They come from Rajasthan, Jaipur. It was Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. That was my good fortune. So my children became devotees, but me not. So, but when I saw how and read about all these disciples of Prabhupada who were LSD smokers, marijuana smokers, and the Matajis had short blouses and hello Swamiji, and Prabhupada never ever judged him. Instead, he loved everybody. He didn't look at externals. Do you have teeth? Let me see, is your clothes here? No, he saw children of Krishna, souls who needed love, compassion, who were so in the clutches of Maya. You know, that's what he saw. So Prabhupada, these disciples of him, they were smoking marijuana, you know, they were having constantly sex. And can you imagine that these hippies became happies by chanting? And that these happies now became our spiritual masters? They became our gurus. So that's what the chanting and the eating prasadam is doing. It's really changing the heart. It's purifying. And I got convinced. At that moment, I got convinced that Prabhupada is not an ordinary man. He is not from this world. You know, he's so humble that all the credits he gave, all the credits for what he has done, so many temples all over, not his credit. He always says, "Thank you, my dear disciple. Thanks to you. You came to help me. Alone, I cannot do it." He was crying in a lecture. He said, I came here, Krishna sent me here, and he sent me so many nice boys and girls, and they did everything for me, and he started to cry. And that's the humility. That's the unity. If we can, on this auspicious day, a little bit try to cultivate this humility, then life, spiritual life will be successful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Grace. Kita Govinda Mataji ki.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Sorry, no time for questions because I really wanted to share this story about this Brazilian stewardess with you. Thank you. If I made offenses, please forgive me, and if I say something which is worth taking home, it's only by the mercy of Shri Guru and Gauranga and the Vaishnavas over here. Thank you.
So we will sing Gaura Aarti now. So if you can all please stand up.
Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jaya Gaurani Chai Jaya Gaurani Chai Jaya Gaurani Chai Shri Gaurani Chai Jaya Gaurani Chai Jaya Gaurani Chai Jaya Gaurani Chai Shri Gaurani Chai Viva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aarti ka Sabha Viva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aarti ka Sabha Okay. Garange aroti Monica, Bahukoti Chandrajini Vadana Mujara Bahukoti Chandrajini Vadana Mujara Makala Desi Vanamala Kone Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Devati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Bharavani Prachayine Nishesha Sunyavadi Pashchade Tatharine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vajrajani Shatarine
Jai Sri Krishna Jai Jaya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Sri
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासुदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। यमुना मैया की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the Son of the devotees. All glories to the Son of the devotees. All glories to the Son of the devotees. All glories to Sri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय।
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय।
पूर्वाशः Jayo Keshavadena, Hari Hari Rupa, Jayo Jagadish Hari, Jayo Jagadish Hari, Jayo Jagadish Hari. Keshavadena, Hari Hari Rupa, Jayo Jagadish Jayo Narasimha Devi, Narasimha Devi, Narasimha Devi, Jayo Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj. Jayo Jaya Hari, Jaya Hari, Jaya Hari, Jayo Jaya Hari. नरसिंहदेव भगवान की प्रहलाद की चाहे गौर प्रेमानंद
Karunantai Gaur Chandra ki. So we will continue now with Tulasi Puja. Mataji, time to explain a little bit about Tulasi Puja.
Yes. Okay. So, Tulasi Puja. Tulasi, it is quite rare in the West to see a plant being worshipped. Huh? So we worship a plant. This plant is called a Tulasi plant. It's not an ordinary plant. Tulasi is one of the women who loved Krishna very much. But Krishna already had his consort. I put it briefly now. Already had his consort to start. I had this consort Radharani. So he said, okay, but I'm so very much fond of your services. You're such an amazing woman. But I can't, I have Radharani, but wait. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to make you eternal, my eternal friend. And you will come back in the form of a plant. And we all, before we start to do the offering, we have to offer a tulsi leaf on our plate. So by becoming a plant which has to be offered to Krishna before we put food in our mouth, she is eternalized, eternal, the concept of Krishna. Yes? Heb jij nog iets toe te voegen, Mayna? Weet je nog een ander verhaal? Nee? Okay. So that's why we worship Tulsi.
So let's please first bow down for Tulsi Maharani. Kurindayai Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyate Namo Namaha.
Kurindayai Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyate Namo Namaha.
Kurindayai Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyate Namo Namaha.
Kurindayai Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyate Namo Namaha.
Kurindayai Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyate Namo Namaha.
Kurindayai Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyate Namo Namaha.
Maharani ki.
Or something more. It's not only food, but everything you offer to Krishna, you have to put a tulsi leaf on it. And if you don't have it, like in the winter, you do it in your mind. So Krishna, the tulsi is on it, in your mind. Yes?
Thank you. So we'll sing a song. Our signal, we can start signal emulation Tulsi Maharani. Met goed warme drank of water in de pak of Tulsi Maharani. Namo Namaha Tulasi Now we bow down again for Tulasi Maharani. Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Shiksha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavate Namo Namaha.
Vrindaye Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Shiksha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavate Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Shiksha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavate Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Shiksha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavate Namo Namaha.
Tulasi Maharani ki. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming today to the Sunday feast. First of all, I would like to thank our lecturer of today, Her Grace Gita Govinda Mataji. Give a big Haribol!
Haribol! Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Jai. And the cook of today was Ananta Prem Prabhu. So Haribol!
Haribol!
And the flowers were done by Nertakirada Mataji and Elena Mataji. So big Haribol for them. Haribol! So upcoming Saturday, there is a Harinam in Ede, organized by the group Harinam Sankeet.nl. So more details about this will be in our newsletter, but then you can already make a note in your agenda. It starts, I think, around 12 o'clock, something like that. Location still has to be made public.
Please all come. It's a nice place on the failure.
Exactly.
The bakery now, so please come.
Where?
On Saturday.
Ede.
Harinam.
So again, more details on newsletter. He will cook, is it? You will cook, is it?
I hope so. If they don't have other cook, then I will try.
Let's hope. Are there any first-time comers who are first-time here? Yes. Yes. We tend to give a token of appreciation to our first guests, first-time comers.
Thank you very much for coming to the temple.
Yes.
This is a nice gift from the temple to you. Please read it and
Behind you.
you will get the next.
Ananta Prima.
Well, thank you.
Maybe more English or Dutch?
English? Yeah. I have English though. Who's more new? English. This is English. Also English.
And in the back also. There in the back.
Oh, we need more English. I think I have more English and Dutch. Somebody here? And who more? Is it Dutch or English?
So thank you so much for coming. If you're not registered yet, please register for our newsletter. It has all the information about the programs, so you can keep up to date. We have every Sunday this program. Yes, thank you, Bruno. So then we will continue with the last part of our program. Like Mataji in the lecture already said, Prashadam greeting is very important. So that we will do, we will honor Prashadam here. We'll do it a little bit different than the last time. We will make lines. So a line over here, a line over here for the Prabhus, and here 2 lines for the Matajis. And then we will do in buffet style, so I will explain later. Maybe if you can first make 2 lines, rows. Prabhus here, Mataji over. Yeah, you can sit on the side.
Oh, yeah, we can put arrange the pillows and then you can all take a seat. Okay. We can all take a seat.
You can be a little bit